field for a... Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Looking to... And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Goodwin, 34 yards. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will cut this lead down to 25. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jackson now. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. 13. Here's Jackson. Buying time and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. second sack of the afternoon. One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
2nd and 9. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. It has been a rough
offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush. What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result.
In there to drop him in sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense.
Walker hitting, the ball is out. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, right back to ETN. Down at the 25.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Goodwin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And now here's another interception. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally, and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And they take a knee. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. 90 seconds remaining. That's taken in by Duvernay. He's at the 40. Past the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 85 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The 7, here's 2nd and goal. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for your kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs.